Hello, y'all. It is me again, Tasha C. And I have another update. Again, the second day. My dad is still in the ICU. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm a little bit still upset, but keeping where I'm, like they think positive. Because, God has the, final say. And they still think positive. Now, earlier today, I got a call from the caseworker. And to make a long story short, she was all talking as if my dad was already, had woke up out of the sleep that he has had ever since he had the procedure of, like I said, they found there was a puncture, there was a hole in his right lung, ending being, if y'all watched the video yesterday, about, we thought it was heart failure, something wrong with his heart, but it's a, like I said, puncture lung, which they, did a procedure to stop it. He's been doing jerks where he'll be like, seem like he'll open his eyes, do the shake and so forth. But I got a call today at 9 something, and the caseworker's asking, the primary physician. I don't know what's up with their software. I know they said they got new software there, so even though you would think they would have all this information that they already had, I'm not trying to complain. I'm just telling you how I feel at the moment. I had to tell the primary physician, the home health care that came with him, the nurse to follow up when he was in the hospital about months ago, around the end of March and in April, when, like I said, was supposed to go for another procedure. No, follow up with his veins for his condition with his legs, lymphedema, and he ended up, the doctor at that time was able to save and take him to the ER because it was connected, to the same building. So she asking him for information, but I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of like she was talking in a way like her accent was kind of heavy, but she was still like asking general information as if, the care, who staying with this is a single home, does it have this, and, is he in a pit, blah blah blah, and, as if he's about to come home in a couple days, you know, and he had woke up out of his, this the sleep that he's still in. Um, so then my mom gets a call that they're going to, do MRI, another CAT scan or whatever, and then they call her on her phone. And so when we get finally, because we're waiting, because, since they already let us know in advance that we're going to do several tests, some more testing. By the time we get in there, of course, my dad, still got the breathing tube. He's still sometimes jerking. And there's more machines around. I actually had one of these, I think it was EKG, EKG myself, when they like have the machine where it's like basically they wrap your whole head around because they have like the tabs on your head. Because I had this because they were trying to see if I have a seizure disorder a couple years ago. Do I have like seizures or suffer a seizure disorder, which I still need to get back to neurologist because that's a whole nother story. But the results, when the time I had got my results, even though it says I have a seizure, but obviously I don't have epileptic seizures. If I do have seizures, um, or tremors, I had a new doctor and they were assholes, and I stopped going to neurologists ever since. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So, anyways, I remember that the testing. It's just that they have the video and they're monitoring his brain activity. So it turns out they finally admitted that the jerks, because they said yesterday, oh, we don't know why he's having this jerks. And today they finally, unfortunately, admitted at the time being that at times when it's a jerk, that means that oxygen was not going to his brain at times. But it's still clear that they're still, like I said, doing the test as tonight for tonight, overnight as well. The RN that, when they switched shifts at 7 told us. And so a couple, like I said, a couple other families are coming in and out, whatever. But we are going to have, they're saying the meeting that they told us at least three people, I think two nurses and one doctor. It's just so much going on. It's saying they want to have a meeting, the ICU unit wants to have a meeting with only mom, his wife, and his children. Okay, those only wants to attend, that they want to attend this meeting. So, besides hearing the information, so of course, still to think positive and stuff, even though there's a lot going on. I ain't gonna admit I am not okay, even with this information and it just seeing my dad in this state. And then it comes to questions like, like he was just good the day before. And it's like, if he had this problem, and I know he quit, even though no matter how many times you ask him, he'd be saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. How long he had this issue? How long has this been going on with him? But I'm still, think best and think positive. Um, we're just gonna put it in God's hand and the best to heal to go on because it can, like I said, it could change or like I don't know. Like I said, either tomorrow, most likely they wanted to say tomorrow or Thursday, we have to meet up with them about, I guess, the next steps with dad or whatever. But like I said, he has not woken up to proceed. But like I said, there has been people that doesn't mean instantly. Just because a person doesn't instantly wake up doesn't mean that it might have to be a couple more extra days or whatever, weeks, whatever. And he may just pop up and wake up and be like, "Where the hell am I at?" So that's the update, y'all. But like, keep me, like I said, me and and our families in prayers. So like I said, I'm not okay. Love y'all, hugs and loves, and let me get out of here, y'all.